Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode with me, Bellfire, and today we're in a newer game called Mech Engineer. This game was released May 21st of this year, and I already have 11.7 hours of this game, so if you can't tell, I've had a lot of fun playing it, and so just a little bit of, I guess, introduction, you could say. The whole premise of the game is you are a artificial intelligence that is trying to save humanity, basically. That's the whole premise of the game. I'm going to read the backstory for you all so you can understand, or not understand, but know where? No, that's not even right. So you know the history of it, why you're a walking city, basically. Oh, that's one other thing I should say. You're an AI that's operating and controlling a walking city. That's the whole thing of the game. Your whole goal is to escape Earth. I'll explain why you're on Earth, or the backstory will explain why you're on Earth, all that. And the best way I've heard this game be explained is it's XCOM. It's a turn-based military strategy simulator. I've tried getting people to vote for it multiple times on the channel. Unfortunately, it has lost every time, but it's fine. This is the probably slightly better option of the two games. And High Fleet, which I've never played, but I'm pretty sure I've seen someone play it. Oh well. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. To read the introduction, I will be using a voice changer I've had for a while now. So I guess let's go ahead and get into it.
The year is 2198, the main asteroid belt of the solar system. At the Plato Space Research Station, an experiment is underway to create a long-term traversable wormhole in a dodecahedron filled with antimatter. The experiment was broadcast to the entire system. From within a 12-kilometer cage during the experiment, a wormhole was opened for just a second. This caused a large alien ship to appear, similar in appearance to a sea clam with two rings around it. The ship accelerated and broke through the cage. After a short pause, it started to obliterate everything nearby with missiles. An AI within the production ship, Vodorod Yog, received an order to evacuate people from the distant lines of the system back to Earth. Vodorod Yog was a mining facility with human-based artificial intelligence, which used mechs to mine and deliver ore. The alien ship caught up with the Vodorod Yog near the Earth and launched a rocket. The facility was critically hit and sunk to the bottom of the ocean. Soon after, an orbital bombardment on the main cities of Earth began. Then the invasion. The AI decided to wait underwater and rebuild the ship into a walking city. The artificial intelligence will have to arm the miner mechs to fight the swarms of invaders on the surface and find the necessary parts in order to fly away from the Earth.
Alright, so here we are. This is going to be where you spend maybe a quarter of your time. Maybe. A good chunk of your time will be spent in this tab. I'll get here when I get here. I'm not here yet. I will be soon, though. So, as for here, this is the hangar. This is where you can see the general stats of all your mechs. and the world around you. So, for example, say I wanted to start here. There's, want to say four or five environments. There's snow, cave, desert, swamp. Oh, there's more than I initially thought. Volcano, wasteland, and then, of course, ocean and mountain, I also believe. Your city cannot walk over mountains, because that makes sense, but it can walk through the ocean. So, I guess let's go ahead and start right here. Plains all around with a city real close. And it looks like we have to visit cities to find clues. So we started here, and main thing of this game is the entire game has a Minesweeper basic feature, if you want to call it that. The best way I can describe it is you are trying to avoid the alien nests. What they do, they're basically extensive underground compounds with a lot of enemies, but also a lot of resources. So, before we do anything else, I guess I should go ahead and take all of my mechs to the engineering bay. In engineering, you can outfit mechs with auxiliary modules, motors, and cabins. And of course, the reactor and weapons. What I'm going to do is remove the weapons from Storm, Xylot, and Mr. Green. And then rebuilding them how I want them to be built. So, I guess, start with the most basic one, a Gatling gun. This is your most basic weapon, 20mm rapid-firing 6-barreled gun. That's the general description of it. And what I'm going to do is clear all of its stats. So we have a completely fresh slate. Completely new, completely empty. And so, how do I start? I guess let's start with the point assignment system. So for those of you who have played games like Fallout 4, Skyrim, I would say primarily Fallout 4. The main thing with Fallout 4 is in the very beginning, when you're assigning your special stats. Think of the very beginning of the game like this. So, available points for improving the basic characteristics of a weapon. You have rate of fire, weight. So, right now, this 20mm Gatling gun weighs 17, I believe, tons, is the unit of measurement for this, or for this game. So, this Gatling gun weighs 17 tons. If I were to decrease its weight, it would take it down to 2. But my initial plan is to have each mech only equipped with one gun. Currently. That's not permanent or anything like that. This is just current point in time, very beginning of the game strategy. Then there's shooting accuracy. I'll go ahead and pump a few points into this to try and make sure that it's almost perfectly accurate. That's pretty good. Then energy consumption. I don't need to worry about this worry about that because it only draws 5 energy, not much. And then damage. Increased damage and armor penetration. So armor penetration is important for one reason and one reason alone. Every single creature in this game has an armor value. The Operarius is the main alien you'll be fighting. Primary alien, no ifs, or just very easy. 3 armor, 15 health, 5 damage. The Ares, 12 armor, 800 health, 13 damage. Flagellum, I do not like these. 6 armor, 700 health, 13 damage. Ovum, 0 armor, 3000 health. These are a non-offensive enemy, is the best way to put it. So every single creature has morphology, which is basically some backstory and general information. General physical information is the best way to put it. Biology is where you get into the nitty-gritty of the creature. Best weapon to use against it, its behavior. What else? That's the main 2 things. And its resistance, or what damage resistance it has. Those are the main 3 things you'll find in the biology tab. For example, the ovum, it's biology. Or let's go morphology to biology. The average length of a specimen is 20 meters, height 41 meters, width 20 meters. Average weight is 90 tons. A wide lens-shaped platform on 4 legs with a huge egg-shaped structure on its back. The outer covering of the structure is unprotected and contains numerous wide openings inside a hot incubator with a mixture in which creatures are created. The lenticular body is at rest connected to a network of roots that can go into the ground and lead to the nearest colubra. Resources and ores come from there. The part of the roots that is visible on the surface absorbs resources from the environment. Biology. This biology is gameplay mechanics. That's the best way I can put it. Residential lifestyle in one place, sometimes migrating with colubra. Lifespan is unknown. If there is no foreign organism within 900 meters of one of the surface roots, ovum conserves energy and constantly adapts to the hive's core genome to the current environment. If the boundary is violated, ovum will start producing operarius and other creatures at a frequency set by the hive melody. During the active phase, the incubator heats up and the frequency of creating new creatures excuse me, sorry about that. New creatures can reach 4 operarius per second. The ability to create special creatures depends on the program received from colubra. The program depends on the rotation in the algorithm. If the ovum is in danger, he digs out of the ground, disconnecting from the network of roots, and runs away. However, due to the lack of senses, they can run into an obstacle, take significantly less damage from energy-type weapons. Brucus is another creature that's completely harmless by itself. Then there's the Fulgur. I do not like these things. The Gammarus. I actually haven't fought one of these. Sagittarius. Again, haven't fought one. Flos. Milis. Cassilia? I believe that's how you say that. Then the Colubra. The 3 main ones you need to know, 4 main ones, I should say, are the Operarius, because these are the bulk enemy you'll see. The Ovum, the Brucus. So let me go ahead and read the Brucus. The average length of a specimen is 30 meters, height 5 meters, width 6 meters. Average weight is 9 tons, but with resources, it can reach 110 tons. Brucus's body consists of a cephalothorax, 3 abdominal and 1 posterior body segments, head covered with profuse hair and almost obscures the view of many small hidden eyes. The head has 2 mouth organs, that collect everything that comes in their way and help with movement. The back is covered with sensitive, thin antennas inside the abdominal segments. Raw resources are stored in special bags, mined from rock or collected along the way. A special organ slowly recycles them as Brucus moves. There are two cocooned turrets attached to the rear segment. That's the biggest thing. Brucus always accompany Colubra and play a key role in the hive's economy. They constantly gather, process, and bring resources through the roots into the hive system. The mode of resource transfer is unknown. Lifespan is unknown. Brucus can dig inside rock without slowing down and close the passage behind them. In case of heavy damage, they begin to retreat, shooting cocoons with turrets in different directions. When they die, their shell opens, allowing others to gather the resources. Takes significantly less damage from kinetic type weapons. Then, the last one you all need to know is the Colubra. I'll just read both morphology and biology because I think it's all important to know. Morphology. Overall dimensions unknown. Head with a likeness of a neck protrudes from the ground and reaches an average height of 55 meters. Head length 18 meters. And the neck width 10 meters. Head has a large developed jaw with teeth. Eyes and nose are missing. In front, there are large fused horns extending back. Skull contains a large developed brain. A node is attached to it that extends along the neck into the root system. The neck is reinforced with a rib-like structure and covered with thin armor. At the bottom, there is an arched, porous passage into the roots, creature continues underground in the form of an extensive system of roots. As you can see in the picture, that would be the extensive system of roots. I don't know how well you all can see that. Hang on, give me one moment. I'm going to try and fix something real quick. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm back. So, I just wanted to make sure you all could actually read the book if you were interested in reading it. And you don't own the game. But, sorry. Sorry, my brain is just going blank. I wanted to make sure you could read it because I'm looking at my recording software and cannot read it at all. I guess let's go ahead and continue reading. So the biology. The Colubra spreads underground for vast distances. Large underground connections of several individuals have been discovered, as well as roots that go deep underground into special structures. When breaking out of the earth, it also brings with it armies of other creatures to settle. First time upon digging out, it is capable of spawning ovum through its mouth. Operarius emerge from an arched porous passage to protect and perform basic work. Within a few minutes, Colubra becomes armored, and an energy dome appears above it with a translucent texture of complex biostructure. The nature of the dome is unknown. The dome is capable of instantly stopping large projectiles moving faster than 1 kilometer a second. When Colubra is severely damaged, the dome disappears. For its own protection, Colubra can attack with a stream of light and waves similar to a laser. This stream gradually becomes stronger. Its nature is unknown. Takes significantly less damage from kinetic type weapon projectiles. So those are the 4 main ones you need to know. Then there are 2 bosses, is the best way to to put it. The Titanus aureus and the Titanus centipeda. And I'll go ahead and read them because, believe it or not, they're already two on our map. Or one of each, I should say. Average length, 1,500 or 157 meters. Height, 90 meters. Width, 140 meters. Average weight, 26,000 tons. Body is a flat oval with the lower part. The lower part is segmented by 16 armor plates. The upper part is covered with 2 large armor plates with breathing holes. Head built into the body has large claw-like jaws and an additional pair of smaller ones. Vision is absent. 3 pairs of large legs have a strong external exoskeleton. Separate cilia. Organisms live inside parts near the body. Wait, what? Cilia. Oh! Okay. Good to know. Biology, mode of feeding, unknown. Mode of birth, unknown. Recorded evidence of new species appearing in regions with spores. Constantly travels around the planet spreading poisonous spores. Spores cause roots to grow and eventually lead to the birth of a new colubra. Able to control Operarius swarms for its own protection. Nature unknown, capable of producing huge suicidal wasps. Nature unknown, dangerous to the city. Takes significantly less damage from explosive type weapon projectiles. 20 armor. Health, what is that? 100,000. Then the Titanus centipeda. Morphology. An average height of an individual is 1,000 meters. 100 meters high, 130 meters wide. Estimated weight, 290,000 tons. The body is segmented and consists of a head and 60 rings. Each ring has 2 pairs of legs for movement, as well as a pair of large movable armor plates. Along the back of the body, there are smaller copies of the ovum on the edges of the spine. They begin to produce Operarius if danger is too close. Each segment is covered in dense armor and reinforced with a tubular exoskeleton. On the head, there are 8 faceted eyes and 4 soft, flattened horns. So there are the horns, then the eyes are these right here. Biologies. Travels the planet in search of Titanus aureus. Feeds on Titanus aureus after ingestion, gives birth to 1 individual Titanus centipeda. Lifespan unknown, capable of giving birth to large numbers of Operarius. Capable of emitting floss-like waves of energy from its mouth. Capable of surviving a nuclear blast. Extremely dangerous. The type of damage resistance varies every day. And as you notice, it has no displayed armor or health. So those are the really bad things we're up against, or the really bad enemies we're up against. So let's go ahead and get back into the weapon customization. Just a complete, well, not a complete U-turn, but a really big one. So I guess let's go ahead and finish. I'm thinking this one doesn't need to do a lot of damage. I just want to throw a lot of bullets downrange. Then there are weapon mods. Critical strikes increase damage, less penetration, and adds weight. adds 2 pounds, but I don't know if you'll be able to read this in the video. But armor damage, 0.3 is where it's hovering around. Potential damage, 1,200. Shards after hit, can deal damage behind the target, adds weight. So let's see. Looks like 3 armor damage, 4, 5, 6. Around 6 armor damage, 3,800. Potential damage. Fire component creates fireplace on hit. Less penetration, adds weight. The armor damage goes down along with potential to 0.75 and 600 even. For potential damage is 600 and armor damage is 0.75. Slowing enemies, less damage and less penetration, but makes it so the enemy can't move. I will definitely keep a slowing Gatling. So let me go ahead and load this one up. So then the next one creates many shots, less rate of fire, and accuracy, adds weight. A shotgun. That's exactly what this is. It's a shotgun. Which I think I'll have one of these, but keeping the rate of fire. But I want it to be less accurate. That looks like a good shotgun to me. Then this. Increased penetration, projectile acceleration, and increased lifetime. Adds weight. That's what that looks like. Then last but not least, projectile acceleration consumes more energy. If you notice, each one has a vapor trail. But no, this one will be a shotgun. And honestly, I'm thinking Mr. Green, you don't quite have enough weight. But those are 2 weapons, example-wise. So here's the next thing you can do. You can overload systems, basically. What's it called? So let me first start by saying, this game has a manual. No joke. This game has a manual going in depth into each component of the game. What I'm looking for is the reactor. Move the reactor module card from the reactors menu left side. Nope. There are 2 counters. No. Oh, that's what it's called. It's called overcharge. This is your overcharge, and this is undercharging. So, okay, it looks like I won't be able to carry everything. But then you can also adjust armor. There we go. There we go. I can send this mech out. I'm just going to rename it. The Street Sweeper. And yes, you can paint it. You can paint it very well, actually. I'm going to get into painting way later. Or at least, I'm not getting into painting yet. Just simply because that is a lot. Then I guess the next step Reactor mod. Oh, no. Well, I'll need to redo everything. That's fine. So, this is your reactor. The current reactors I have access to are very simple. They're gas. They're diesel engines. That's the best way to put it. And you have auxiliaries. So there are 3 of them. External resistance reduces heat from the environment, small overall cooling. Inner resistance reduces heat from reload and shots, small overall cooling. Oh, of course, how could I forget? To edit the reactor, you need to turn it off. Okay, there we go. Then resistance multiplier. Resistance has only one direction. What that means is you can't have 2 external resistance, 2 internal resistance. Internal and external temperature resistance percentage reduction of heat from the mech systems or environment can only affect one. But what you want to do, I'll say 3 of them, then external. So that is probably the best you're going to get. Then you have your piston and your injector. The pistons control how much pressure is injected into your reactor. So really, the main control for your power output and your maximum temperature is the difference between your maximum pressure and the pressure inputted, that's input to the system. Maximum cumulative internal reactor temperature differs from maximum ambient temperature, affects heating and cooling times. Then energy output is exactly as that sounds, and then the weight. And for example, say I want a higher energy reactor. I decrease the difference between the pressure of the engine and the maximum pressure of it. Prime example. So that increased my energy output, but also lowered my maximum temperature cap from 958 to 694. But here's the interesting thing with the piston. You can get a regular reactor with just adjusting. So 38, 958 compared to 38, 992. That's with a 7 and an 11, whereas the others were with a 6 and a 10. But there's another way to go about things. You can also make a maximum temperature capable reactor. Prime example, 6 pressure input into the engine, 11 maximum pressure. Energy output is 27. The maximum temperature, on the other hand, 1,334. That's going to be the reactor I'm going to go with. And it cools down rather quick. So let me go ahead and pull out Street Sweeper reactors, throw in its reactor, then go here. So I don't know if I'll be able to actually do this with Street Sweeper's reactor. Yeah, it looks like I can't, which is perfectly fine. In which case, I'll just throw this one back in, turn it off, and then throw in the original piston. And then one other thing you can do in the armor, every mech can have the potential for an energy shield. This mech doesn't have the energy headroom to do that, so I'm not going to. And this mech will cost 24 engineers to field. So, let's go ahead and field it. I forgot I was going to paint Street Sweeper. Guess that has to wait. Okay. So let me go ahead and adjust Storm and Xylot's equipment. So I'll be back as soon as I'm done. Alright, I'm back, and next step, pilots. So right off the bat, you have a fairly decent grouping of... Holy moly, that is amazing. Are you kidding me? Okay. Reload speed of all max increased by... So, freeze, which I will go ahead and rename. Who will be the first pilot? Who's online? Sorry about that. The first pilot will be Endless Night Fall. 1-0. Oh. Nightfall. Okay. Night. Endless Nightfall. Sure. Mech experience 4965. Military fighter pilots. Separatist veteran of the war on Deimos. Senior security officer. Operated a combat mech. Okay, Endless Nightfall. You will be piloting... I'm going to say the Street Sweeper. Then next on the list, Jennifer. Give me one moment to select the name. All right, Jennifer is now Calcifix, and I will select this mission, rescuing a mech, or not this mission, this perk. Rescuing a mech from a mission also returns the pilot. But your CBS test is so bad. So I won't be bringing you on this mission, but I'll send you to training. So, I guess let's go... Well, no, I'll bring you. You'll go in the dig rig. No, you'll go 100 max in the missile storm. I mean, to be fair, I did do the high output, low max temperature reactor. Okay, then last but not least, Alan. Three, four, five. Sure. I'll just call you 345. All right. So there are our pilots. So the next step, research. Here's your research tree. You have a whole lot of options, as you can see. I think that one's new from the last time I played. I think that one's also new. Actually, wait, no, that one is not new. But there are a few things that I can see right off the bat that I do not recognize. So let's go ahead and look at the ones we have available. So, tank gun, large firearm formerly used on tanks in military conflicts on Earth. Blueprint obtained from the general military base. First generation engine, the first improvement of the internal combustion engine. There are obvious limitations in the design, but we will try to improve efficiency with each new module, adds new motor module. That means we can increase our maximum weight capacity. Then this one, Cabin 1 reinforced frame. An additional metal frame in each module adds to the overall structural strength of the mech. The new cockpit is also stronger. And then with each research, you can see it takes a certain amount of days and staff. So on your staff, you have your engineering team and your science team. Engineering team is for producing resources, and your science team, you guess it, is for researching new products. So the first thing I'll go ahead and research, even though this is very tempting, I'll go ahead and research the first generation engine and the tank gun. First two. Then, so there are this is your calendar, which is part of your hangar. So every Tuesday, you get more science team members and more engineer team members. Then, each day, you can see when you'll expect new things. That's the best way to put it. So, what I'm going to upgrade first is District 56, or the Upper Factory. Affects the speed of component creation. This is a massive need, is the best way to put it. And then each day, you get a new upgrade point. Or upgrade opportunity would be better to say. So right off the bat, take two upgrades and put them into the Upper Factory. Then the next one will be to the water supply. Actually, I'll go ahead and start lower and work my way up. So next will be upper connection, then the disk, then the water supply system, residential area, to then finish off the Upper Factory. Then production. Very simple. I always go with the same exact thing to produce: components. As many as I can right off the bat. So that's 4 sets of components right off the bat. Then to the hangar to actually get into the mission. Enemies are approaching the city. There's going to be 2 Brucus and then a whole lot of Operarius. So I'll have Street Sweeper. It's in your name. You'll focus on the Operarius. Missile Storm will focus on the Brucus. And then Digrig, again on the Operarius. Then all you have to do is click battle. And the battle start. Or you get into starting the battle. So, first off, there are 2 hotkeys I always press. Tab to allow me to move freely, then T to engage full screen. So here are the Brucus. I will go ahead and move up some. That's what the Brucus looks like. Kind of surprising, right? But here is all the Operarius. So it looks like the Missile Storm is reloading right now. Man, oh man. I'm going to move back a little bit. Primarily for safety. So all the red numbers are the current heat levels of the reactors. Then all the different bars are the ammunition levels of each mech.
Main position.
But man, the Digrig is fast. Really fast, which is ever so slightly concerning. So what I'm going to do is actually move over here. Okay, yeah, that was a bad idea. Look at the dig rig pulling the missile storm. And then, of course, we have access to artillery. To make things a little bit safer, or, yeah, a little bit safer for our mechs. One thing I forgot to do with the missile storm's primary is give it a engagement or a range, minimum range limit for engagement. So I guess I'll do that either a little bit. I'll see if I can do that in this day in the game. But man, oh man. So it looks like Endless Nightfall and Calcifix both took some damage. But there we go. Mission complete. There we go. Ooh, the missile storm took a lot of damage. 13,000 operarius. The thing is, that's not even a lot. That's the sad thing. That's average. If you go slow in missions, that's average. So let's go ahead and continue. That's a lot to repair, so what I'm going to do is first take my pilots off, see everyone where they're currently standing, vitality, stress resistance. 3, 4, 5, and Endless Nightfall are pretty good in both vitality and, well, they're excellent in stress resistance. Reaction is really good. Reaction and CBS test is perfect for Endless Nightfall. Calcifix, vitality is okay. CBS test, not the greatest. But reaction and stress resistance, perfect. Then 3, 4, 5. Reaction's okay. Vitality needs some work. Stress resistance and CBS test is pretty good. So 3, 4, 5, you'll go into the hospital. Calcifix, into training. Then let's see. No, 4. There we go. Actually, wait, no. I don't want training. I want... What is that? 2? Vitality, yes. So then Gregory will be the next one to go into the hospital. And there we go. And it looks like I need to take the Street Sweeper and the Missile... I misspelled Storm. Missile Storm into Engineering. First things first. To properly spell Storm. Then, here's the repairing menu. So, I could just fix it outright, or I can basically risk it and spread the damage to another system. That was not worth it. So I'll just go ahead and repair all of them, and then send Missile Storm out. Then, Street Sweeper. Let's go and see your damage. Rather simple. So then, now that I have nothing else I can possibly do, absolutely nothing left to do, just click the next day button. And on the next day we are. As you can see, we've lost a lot of stuff. City energy, city damage. Oh, that's the next thing. So, how would I put it best? I guess let's start here. City energy affects overall efficiency of other systems when no 100% value people are injured. Basically, I don't fully comprehend, but if I'm going to guess, the lower the city energy, the lower efficiency all of the other systems work at. City damage. This one is very bad. Greatly affects the overall efficiency and the number of wounded people. Gradually rises. Level of each district reduces damage. Basically meaning, if So if city damage reaches 100, at least this is what I know, could be wrong. If the city damage reaches 100, you lose the game, period. Components are for upgrades or repairs is another way to put it. Consumer goods increase overall efficiency and production of the food. Food supply increase overall efficiency, heals wounded, required for people to survive. So if this reaches 0, you start losing people. Humans, more humans require more food and goods to survive. So basically, you need to keep these up. Wounded humans, ratio of healthy people to wounded affects the consumption of food, goods, and overall efficiency. Meaning, if you have more wounded people, they consume less food. But as soon as they heal, they start consuming more food and more goods, if that makes sense. Life systems affects overall efficiency and healing of the wounded people, then overall efficiency. Applied as a modifier for every system the next day. So, let's go ahead and check on our pilots, I would say. So, Endless Nightfall, you're good to go right back out as the squadron commander. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, can go back out in the missile storm. Actually, no, I'll have you in the dig rig. Then Calcifix, how are you looking? You could... I'll take you back out again. So the missions. So here is the world. So as you can see, the red is the one of the two titans. It's the Titanus Arrhenius. So the red is the Titanus Arrhenius, whereas the yellow or the gold, whichever you want to put it, is the Titanus Centipeda. I'll call them the red titan and the gold titan. The red titan just moves all over the world at, I'll say, random with air quotes. The gold titan will move towards whatever it thinks is food. So that could be the city. Very bad thing. Or it could just simply be the red titan. As you can see, the gold titan is currently moving towards the red titan. That's what is actively happening. And then I would say now would be a good time to play a little bit of Minesweeper. Basically, figure out where... They're called nests. What nests are basically... How would I put it? I want to say... Yeah, I'm not sure. But nests are basically large, tangled underground systems of aliens. That's the best way I can put it. And you want to avoid them, or at least mark them, because if your city cannot walk over them as is, unfortunately. But based on the hand we've been dealt initially, I think I can tell you where 2 nests are already. So it's exactly like Minesweeper, meaning there has to be a nest within 1 square of this tile. Or within the 8 squares around this tile here. 14-3. But, as you notice, all of these don't have a number on them. Meaning, it can't be any of these 3 that have a nest over top of them. And before you ask, yes, a nest can sit directly on top of a number. But to meet all of these conditions, for there to be 1 nest within this 8, 2 nests within this one, and then 3 within here, that means that meets this condition and half of this one. Then to finish this condition, right there, no, wait, don't tell me I can tell you there are 3 nests. I think I can. Oh, and right off the bat. So one thing I will not do right off the bat is fight in an ocean, but I will gladly fight in the snow. Main reason I will not fight in the ocean, you need an upgrade for that. My mechs don't have that upgrade yet. Yeah, I'm not comfortable fighting those, so, at least not yet. And city fights are nasty, so I'll go here. Yeah, this looks a lot nicer to fight in. So, this time we have Ovum. So what I'll do is my squad commander will focus on the Ovum, so Street Sweeper. Missile Storm will focus on the Brucus, and then Digrig will focus on the Operarius. And yes, I do have enough engineers to possibly field another mech. Well, here, let's go ahead and make another one. This one, I'll say, is the high damage missile launcher. 2 of them. I'll call the mech Shellcracker, I guess. So, fairly accurate. I'll say 300 is your minimum range. That's your minimum range. So, that doesn't do much for me. I just want the highest number possible. 11, 21, 26. No. Well, 27, 26. Well, there we go. Mechs. I'll take steel. Rename this steel. Shellcracker. Go ahead and throw, first of all, save. That is 43 tons of a weapon. Shellcracker, weapons. I'll go ahead and throw 1 on for now. Then go motors. Since we don't have anything special. There we go. So far, so good. Auxiliary. I'll do a whole lot of ammo for now. Then cabin. Then last but not least will be a reactor, which we have to custom make. So I want my main thing is external resistance. And it looks like this one. No, I'll do a conventional reactor. Let's go ahead and see where this puts us. Fairly overweight, but and you don't have any armor yet. So what I'll do now is take the rocket launcher. And reduce its weight by a decent bit. Then put it back on. 104 engineers. But we can field it. The only thing is, it won't have armor. Unless it will. Alright, there we go. 104. So now, let me go ahead and get pilot all set up, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, and Shellcracker is now going to be piloted by Werewolf Tamer 12. So I believe we decided on this mission here. Well, you know what? I'm feeling confident enough. So then Missile Storm will focus there. Those are, what are they called again? Ares. Shellcracker will focus on Ares, and then the dig rig will focus on the upper areas. Alright. 5 nests, 5 Brucus. Uh-oh. That's concerning.
Slow down.
So as you can see, these levels are dark.
Continue. New position. Slow down. New position.
So dig rig I made purpose, or dig rig's purpose.
Slow down. New position.
Unless
Continue.
that's not dig rig.
Continue. Slow down.
No, that is dig rig. Dig rig doesn't have a. Oh, that's problematic.
New position.
Oh, that's even worse. I thought I made sure dig rig had a drill. Apparently I didn't. Alright, well, I do need to move up, because if I don't, then the mechs will just get stuck there firing with no advancement of any kind. Let me go ahead and have everyone move over here. All right.
Slow down.
That was... Ooh, Missile Storm took a lot. Okay, I will be right back because I forgot to... So I'm going to fix that real quick. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Everything's been fixed. Except for the fact that... Oh, I need to do one last thing. I almost forgot. Sorry about that. I will be right back. Alright, now I'm back. And let's go ahead and do this mission, shall we? So, Street Sweeper with the Ovum. I'll have the Shellcracker focus on the Brucus. The Missile Storm focus on the Ares. And then the Dig Rig on the upper areas. Let's go. Okay. So tab T. Let's see what's going on here. Right off the bat, we see a Brucus.
New position.
I'm pretty sure it's going to run away. We beat it. Calling me impressed. Come on, you got this. Apparently not. That's unfortunate. Let me go ahead and move like that. So that Brucus is retreating, which is unfortunate, but it happens. This might actually be a serious problem. Uh-oh.
New target.
And of course, I can't do an airstrike underground. Duh. Okay, good. We got rid of one of the few nests. Good. Or the, not nests, over.
Slow down. New position. Continue.
So, yep. There we go. We have the dig grid combined. Good.
Slow down.
Okay, time to retreat some, dig rig. Good to know you can handle yourself. Actually, really well, too. But, yeah, it looks like we opened up the wave really well, which is a really good thing.
New position.
I mean, I'm glad they aren't really getting much of a chance to sneak up on me. I'm talking about the Operarius, the Brucus, all of them. The Ares, especially. Uh-oh. 2 Ares. And a whole lot of Operarius coming in from behind. And that's the missile storm. I want to say that was the missile storm doing work. Oh, here comes another Ares. Well, it was on its way. Nice. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, it's very, or more often than not, it's a war of attrition. If you have, if you play carefully. I very much play careful. For example, seeing that pretty much land on top of me is never something I like to see.
Slow down. New position.
But I know the dig rig is apparently faster than everyone else. Which is both a... I won't say it's a good and a bad thing, because it's not really either. But it's more irritating than anything else, just simply because that means just from a simple move order, my entire, or parts of my squad can be broken up. And that, for those of you who are unaware, is a very bad thing.
Slow down. Slow down. New position. Continue.
Man, the dig rig is actually really good at mining, apparently. Okay, let's go ahead and move up some. But yeah, as you can see, I am a very slow but methodical player. So I'll be back once we get to about here. So I'll see you all then. Alright, I'm back, and the drill rig seems to be working pretty much exactly as designed, which is really, really good news. So now the most difficult hurdle, the Brucus. Although yes, I've seriously crippled its ability to, I won't say deal damage, or its natural defense, or its number advantage.
Slow down. New position.
I severely displaced that.
Continue.
Oh, 2 Aries. That's always a fun thing. Oh, I think I slowed it. That's right. I forgot I had a slowing weapon. How could I forget the Street Sweeper has that? Okay, one other thing you'll see me do a lot in this playthrough is try to keep one weapon type per mech. There's a very simple reason for that. The pilots can only reload one weapon type at a time. That's the only reason.
New position.
That was close.
New target.
Oh. That's not good. That's really bad. I'm kind of stuck here in a stalemate while I wait for the Brucus's shield to go down. And yes, I know it'll go down eventually, but again, it's gonna take a little while. So I'll be back as soon as it goes down, so I'll see you all then. Alright, I'm back, and unfortunately, we've lost 2 mechs. So we're currently retreating. Thankfully, we do have a pilot that'll make sure they stay alive.
Slow down.
Oh, I do need to get this.
Retreat.
So, this is actually the first mission I've had to retreat on. Alright. Wait, what? Where is... Oh, that's great. Well, that's actually really bad. Alright, well, looks like I'll have to leave things here, which is unfortunate. But I hope you'll enjoy the video. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, all that amazing stuff. And I'll see all of you in the next episode. Bye, guys!